What's up, everybody? This is the Anime Squad Podcast, episode 54. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And this is Josh.
And like always, we got timestamps, so in case whatever we talk about here on the podcast isn't something that's interesting to you, you could obviously skip ahead to any particular episode that does interest you. And with that, let's get started.
Yes.
First off, we're going to start with is Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent, episode 2.
Episode 2.
And
Yay.
yeah, this whole episode just screamed whimsical, wholesome goodness.
Yeah. Which is
After that first episode where they were like, "Oh, is he gonna die? Oh,
Yeah.
she saved his life." It was really like chill.
Yeah.
Like super chill.
Absolutely.
This episode.
Yeah, and then we get to see our new boy, Albert Hawk.
Albert Hawk, who's an absolute Chad, Prince Charming. He's dashing.
Carries her bridal style on a horse.
Yeah.
All the way back to her house.
When we saw that, I was like, I must be uncomfortable for her too. Like, yeah, it's charming, but like that's not the optimism way to
No,
get
she's
on
into
it.
It's
it,
not
man.
practical.
She's so into it.
It's not practical, but she's into
Yeah,
it.
she was
He's into
into
it. The horse is probably into it too. Basically, what this is basically setting up is that, okay, Albert's here.
Albert
He's
wins.
the star. Yeah, Albert wins.
Oh yeah,
hands
man.
down. I mean, like,
Oh
how
yeah,
could you compete with that?
definitely. All the other guys, like,
Get out of here.
they try.
No,
They try their best.
to be fair, did you see Jude's like little ahoge little cowlick? How well animated that was. that was beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, and she kind of blushed on it too. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, there's some chance for you. But
I'll be honest, guys. I didn't even notice the other guys. it was all Mr. Hawk.
It was
That
all
it.
Mr. Hawk. He was the
He
star.
was the center of attention.
He
for
was,
this
he was
episode.
the center of attention.
But besides him though, we also got a new girl as well. As her name is Elizabeth Ashley.
yes.
Yes,
I feel-
she is in the library
She's-
and she hangs out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's you know.
and they have girl gossip.
They got
Yes.
girl gossip. They bring up this girl that looks ugly, but
I know. When they were saying that, I was like, wait, ugly? She really
Yeah,
ugly?
that was mean.
Yeah, that's not the right term. Like, why? Because she has freckles? Come on.
the freckles weren't even that noticeable.
It's acne. It's
God.
acne.
Was it?
It's natural.
Yeah, that's what they said it was in the
Oh,
episode.
shit. I
it
thought
was natural peppers in her face, you know.
Yeah. If anything, she looked more beautiful than the other two. No offense. I was like, dude, she was gorgeous.
But you don't understand though.
I don't know how you even would animate acne. Like it would just look
Yeah.
like freckles.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like you brought up a good point because like I don't think of all the anime that I've seen or know about, like I don't think I've ever seen any like character that just has acne. You know.
Yeah. Like, it's either like red dots or something like that.
Right. Yeah. It's really difficult to just kind of put on. screen.
Usually, if they like make an ugly character, like they have a trope in anime where it's like, oh, turn an ugly character into a beautiful lady or whatever.
Yeah.
When they're ugly, they're usually like overweight. They have glasses, and then they put like red dots on their face to signify acne.
Right.
And that's the only time I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Never seen it naturally.
So
Yeah, but she wasn't ugly.
Yeah, she was not ugly at all. And then I'm glad you guys brought up glasses.
yeah.
Because she was more beautiful without glasses, apparently.
It was really weird because like I would have expected that like okay maybe she came up with the potion to like make it so that she could see better, but no, she just one day she woke up, she decided, she put on her glasses, she looked in the mirror and it's like, oh, I'm just not gonna wear glasses.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, she pulled Tobey Maguire, man. She was
No, actually, they said in the episode
They said it.
that her like magic is
Her
getting so
magic,
strong she
yeah.
doesn't need them
Oh,
anymore.
okay, that makes
just so
sense.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Spider-Man moment. It was like, oh,
Like she's starting to see, but everything's getting healthier on her because she has the magic flowing within her, and her potions and stuff are
That
strong.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, she's more pretty without glasses. So
Yeah. But yeah, no, all around, like, again, we're having fun, but like all around this episode, it was pretty wholesome. It was pretty like whimsical and everything. Because
I find that this show is going to be very like relaxed. I think I said that in the first episode, but I see it's going to be really like chill. There's not going to be a lot of action going on. There's not going to be a lot of issues happening. It's just going to be like developing the romantic harem that's gonna happen.
Basically the relationships and just focusing on just the researcher life, the potion creating life, and that's about it. I think
pretty laid back on the average day life of Sei, her new life.
Her new life.
So yeah, we'll see if the other guys step up, or Albert's
Step up the game.
or is this gonna be the Albert Hawk show?
Yeah, because honestly, he's winning by a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, easy, right away.
Absolutely.
And with that, I guess we move on to the next anime we have is I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level.
Episode 2. And we get introduced to 2 new characters, Shalsha and Falfa.
And these two are like, the title says it itself. She's been killing slimes for like, 300 years.
Yeah.
And, she's paid no consequences until this day.
It was funny too because the way they brought it up was as she was like as Azusa was killing like slimes and stuff, like she even brought it up. It's like, oh, like there's no consequences at all.
Yeah.
I'm just killing like just blobs pretty much, and then you see in the distance just this huge aura of just like dark energy.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Trying to get revenge.
I thought it was really funny when they were like, "Oh, I have children." Huh?
I mean, she's not wrong because, again, technically speaking, Azusa did birth them by just killing all those other slimes, and it's
What
kind
a
of
violent birth.
yeah, and like the way they even bring it up too is just that, okay, so all the souls of all the slimes that you killed, half of them went to Falfa. The other one went to Shalsha.
Yeah.
And Shalsha is the one that wants to seek revenge. So she's been training since birth, 50 years ago, to basically build up all this magic.
She learned like the strongest magic, but she can only use it for 1 hour and then has to build it all the way back up
For
again.
another 50 years.
For another 50 years.
Yeah, I like the show. Like they just make it like comedic, where it's like when the dragon girl she comes in, she just like hits her, taps her, basically like flicks her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm done."
because they said that the magic only one focus.
Yeah.
It's only strong against one type of thing. They have to specify, and if they don't, then and it also doesn't work against dragons at all.
And either way, she was never good at like physical attacks.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought it was cute. But yeah, these two, I guess slime spirits that they were called.
Yeah.
They're cute. They're pretty funny. Then the new addition to the little
family. Yeah.
little family
We're gonna have like a whole dragon maid family going on here in this show.
and their omelet. Don't forget about their omelet.
A big omelet.
Huge ass omelet.
And their celery. They don't. None of them like celery.
Disgusting.
They don't want to eat their veggies.
God.
Just like me.
Same.
Yes.
I'm 5 years old. I don't like veggies.
I don't like
Yeah,
veggies.
man, I'm the veggie guy here, so I'm all down.
Yeah. Even celery soup, right?
Yeah. No.
Oh God! Don't start this, please.
It's a whole other can of worms.
But yeah, that's basically it. That episode was cute, funny, and our little family's growing.
Yep. And then we move on to our next anime. Poetic title, by the way. Farewell, My Dear Cramer, episode 2. And yeah.
Oh boy.
So remember,
Oh boy.
Remember last week when we said that we're gonna give this anime a 3?
Yeah.
We can't.
No.
Sorry, for our sanity's sake, we can't.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It
Oh
is.
my gosh.
It's.
I can't.
We wanted to give this one. I mean, I know Josh didn't, but we wanted to. The three of us wanted to give this a shot.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Because you guys had the bias for Your Lie in April,
Yeah.
We
and I'm
did, we
like,
did.
man, this is just it's not, not good.
No.
It's really bad.
Yeah. And we should have listened to you, man, because god damn, that second episode was was falling asleep.
Rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
No. Omar was literally falling asleep.
Yeah,
He was,
I was falling asleep in this episode, so forgive me if I don't remember it.
Basically, the whole episode's just like, oh, I love soccer.
No.
We love soccer.
We suck.
Everyone loves soccer.
But
And
we
then it's
suck
literally
at
like
soccer.
they have like they face against this really good team and they get beat up, and then it's that one girl who's just like standing out there, not even trying, being like, whoa, do you see how fast she is?
Oh my god.
Whoa, do you see how hard she kicked the ball?
To be fair, the enemy team had Mikasa in their team. Okay, I mean, come on, how are you gonna compete?
Yeah.
No, but I agree with you. I hated that girl when she was like, "Oh my god, did you see that?" And then like,
And she's our main character too.
Yeah.
Like, what's
I mean, I
going on?
assume she's the main character because I don't think
I
the
don't
enemy
even
even
know.
knows.
There's so many characters just flying all over the place at this
The
point.
team is the main character.
Oh, the team is the character. Oh,
And then the whole the fence thing came again.
oh my god, that's never gonna
Gotta
go
love
away.
the fence.
The animation in this show is so bad. It honestly, it's one of the like. I usually don't rip on animation because I think like animations, it fits the show depending on what it is.
yeah,
But this animation's so bad. I get like huge One Punch Man season 2 JC staff just criminally like it's a slideshow. It's just a slideshow
Yeah.
with everything, like all the movement. There's like no like animation with the. It doesn't do soccer justice.
There doesn't
at all.
There doesn't feel like there's any weight
Yeah,
into their shots at all.
Yeah, because me and Josh talked about it. He doesn't like Your Lie in April, but he agreed with at least the animation for that
we
show.
brought that up.
I
before.
thought the animation for Your Lie in April was pretty solid.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
And this show did not have any.
No, not at all.
No, it's the difference. Like I don't know. Your Lie in April had like when they were playing the instruments, they had like the sweat coming off, and they show like how hard they were working as they were playing. This has no weight to it at all. The running feels stiff. The ball doesn't feel like it moves like naturally. Like when they're showing, they do like a step over or whatever, it just looks like they're stepping over like a rock. It doesn't feel like the ball moving. And then like you guys said, when they kick the ball, it doesn't feel like it has any weight. There's no power behind. There's no like effects on the ball or anything like that. Just kind of like
no, that was an effect. I said it earlier. Like, you could. That looks like if I could have edited that. There's like a whoosh effect.
Yeah, it's like a filter. It looked like.
Like the intensity filter, kind of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like there was like no weight to anything. It's like everything was just kind of like moving, just all static. Like, and it's just like again, like the effects team is just trying to compensate for the lack of animation to everything.
But I guess I guess just story wise was with the coach or the lady that came in. That was it.
Yeah, that was basically
she was.
That was the only thing. But that was just it.
Every character in this show is just a literal trope. You have like the generic, I love soccer so much, everything is so beautiful about soccer. You have like the silent one that doesn't really talk much and doesn't like anybody. Then you have like the one who's like kind of trying to hold the team together, and then you have just the really annoying, like, this trope has popped up a lot, specifically in My Hero, where it's like, I'm a elegant French person. I understand that trope.
I don't know. You always gotta have like the weird foreigner. But anyway, so enough with this anime because we're done with this anime. Farewell, my dear Cramer is ironic in the name because we're done.
Yes, farewell.
And so we move on to the next anime.
Yes.
Omar,
Mars Red episode 2, and this is basically introduction to our main group.
Yeah, in a sense, I feel like this is like the real episode 1 in a sense, because this one I felt like
the first episode was like kind of introducing you to the world. There's vampires in this world. It's gonna get dark. It's gonna get sad. This is the life that these vampire like hunter military team force has to deal with.
And this episode right here, it feels like the real episode 1 in a sense, because this is the one that actually brings the full team together. We get like a brief backstory on those two soldiers, that end up turning into a vampire in the battlefield and everything. We see Maeda again, who is, again, he's taking up his role as the new colonel and everything, and assembling the team. We get introduced to the doctor. A good half of them didn't really get names yet, because I assume that like we're waiting on their spotlight episode, but for the most part, it's just mainly just those two vampires that got their introductions.
Yeah, we learned some really important things in this episode, like vampires actually are the result of like you can't just become a vampire. It's not like if you get bit by a zombie, you become a zombie. It's like if you get bit by a vampire, your body has to be able to take all of like the new magic and everything coming into you, and if it doesn't, you'll just die. So only certain people can become vampires.
It's going by Helsing logic, except instead of it being whether or not you're a virgin, it's going off of probability mostly. It's like 9 out of 10 people die. You got that 1 out of 10 where it's like,
gonna be the lucky
vampire.
It's combust, guys.
Oh yes, the combustions start happening in the show apparently, with like that reporter lady. She was
that was interesting too, that scene where they showed the news, like the lady doing the news and stuff like that. I like that because I was a journalism major, so it was just a nice thing to see. Like I know what it's like to like try to get the scoop and stuff like that. So that was cool. She was trying to go around and talking to all those soldiers and everything, trying to get inside information. And 90% of the time when you're in the field like that, nobody wants to talk to you. You're like hated.
Damn, that sucks. But we get her scoop, and she's trying to get the real scoop, and then the ending with one of our soldiers.
The what was it, Maeda's assistant or whatever. I kind of saw it coming, because like the thing is visually he's too similar to the younger vampire. And like again, like given like everything going on, and like the fact that he doesn't show up at the poster or anything like that, I'm like he's either gonna die or something's gonna happen. And sure enough, that did end up happening. And
he was just a cigarette guy.
They also had to throw a little extra in there in that first episode that like, he had a wife, he's newly married, so
he was the rookie.
Had to make you feel a little bit bad that he died. It's not just like, some random person died.
I also found it kind of weird that like Maeda like specifically was like, okay, this arm's going, but I'm gonna get you though.
It was weird. Like, I mean, he looks cool without an arm, but I'm just like, dang, he didn't have to lose the arm.
He did not have to lose it, but
I think he's gonna become a vampire, man.
You think the colonel's gonna become a vampire?
Yeah, he's strong enough for it.
Because he did mention the like, this might be the last time looking at the sun.
True.
It could be, He was planning on something like this to have may have happened. So.
This episode was also called Romeo and Juliet.
Because
of the two.
Till death do us part. Till death do us part. That was the title.
It was because of the two vampires who were together trying to run away.
Kind of like that
at the end.
I enjoyed that.
That was an interesting little conflict there, because you felt bad, like you just wanted. You felt bad for them even though they were vampires, like because they didn't want to like hurt anybody. They just wanted to do their thing and leave this area because they knew that they were coming for them.
This anime in general, I feel like it really gives me like big Hellsing vibes, except without the over-the-top violence, and it's set in 1920s Japan rather than modern day England. That's honestly like as far as like comparisons go, I feel like that's probably the best comparison I can give so far, is that this is basically Hellsing, except it's more artistic and less over-the-top gore.
I like how in this anime that they make you feel for both sides. It kind of reminds me of, even though I don't like this anime, Tōkyō Ghoul, because I think Tōkyō Ghoul made like, who do you root for, as like a thing. But this one's like, they make you feel bad for the vampires and the humans too. Like no one is having fun doing this.
Right.
No one wants to do this.
You're saying, David?
No, he's right.
Oh
yeah.
No, I see that point, and I just can't wait to see more, because this is an interesting build up. And
very interesting.
And see what
anime
our rest of the group does, because we saw a little glimpse of the masked guy. He vanished and ninja stuff.
The way he just like quickly stabbed him and then he just bled out. That was crazy.
Yeah. And so with that, we move on to the next.
On to the next anime.
The real first episode
of Tōkyō Revengers episode 1. So we made a little boo boo last time. Apparently,
yeah, you guys did.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything.
We covered episode 0
Yeah.
of Tōkyō Revengers, when in fact, in reality, there is actually an episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
And this one actually gives out full context as to what is going on in the world of here, you know, Takemichi, and you know how his life was going prior to him being pushed to the train and everything, and how he went back in time, and him getting familiar, because the episode 0 pretty much like threw us in there. It was
and it was fast forward, like it was like
Yeah,
was
because
literally on fast
episode
forward.
0 was like basically an extended trailer for the first 3 episodes.
yeah.
So you guys saw spoilers for episode 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it gives us more context to what.
And now we get it more.
Yeah.
If anything,
Yeah.
I'm more excited to see how the other 2 episodes handle those situations better.
Yeah, because we didn't know they're friends as much, like at all.
Yeah, like it was kind of weird. Like when we just saw them, we were like, oh, I guess we just have to assume who they are, you know?
Yeah,
And-
they're just buddies and
Yeah.
stuff.
But like this first episode really introduces our friends of group of delinquents.
yeah.
And how they're not as tough as we thought they were.
Yeah.
Oh.
Especially when they had to confront like the Tokyo Mujin gang. I'm like, oh shoot.
Yeah. And to a point, I think the glasses guy, he was really crying.
Yeah. So he had to like straight up.
Yeah, they got beat down hard
Yeah. So,
that episode.
so now I feel for those characters more. I mean, like now I understand, because in episode 0 they were like cheering, like, yeah, you did it, man. Like you're a badass. And I was like, is he not a badass always?
Hey, now you know.
Yeah, now I know. And that's crazy. But yeah, then they go more in depth with the time travel.
Yeah,
That's-
that too. I was like, damn, okay.
Which-
We kind of get it now.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
The only thing we don't get yet is like how he can go back. Cause so far we just see like somebody pushes Takemichi and he goes back. And then when we held on to Hina's brother Naoto's hand, that's when he came back to the present, and it turned out that Naoto actually survived. Because originally it was Naoto and his sister that were supposed to have died in that gang turf war. But turns out, hey, he survived because he was able to take up the warning.
Yep.
And now he's like, oh, you're the one. You like what you told me all those years ago.
And he saved
legit
his
happened.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it saved his life. So now he's like,
I like the fact that he woke up too.
Yeah.
That was crazy when he was in the hospital, and then they told him, "Oh no, it's some guy saved your life."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it was
butterfly
cool. It
effect,
showed
yeah.
how the past affected the present.
Mhm.
But I will say, guys, episode 2 came out today.
Oh,
You guys
good.
didn't watch it? I
No.
did.
No.
So I kind of have a little bit more understanding about it. So you guys will get answers to your questions in episode 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn.
I guess we missed out on that one.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate, but this episode, I mean, this anime is all over the place for us, but we're trying to catch up, and
Yeah, this season's kind of weird for us, so bear with
Yeah,
us. We're
bear
trying to
with
figure
us.
everything out.
bear with us, and hopefully next week we'll cover 2 and 3.
So I guess do you guys want to give like an actual legit like first impression rating? Because now that this is like actually like episode 1.
I think I still hold on my rating, like
Yeah.
what I said last week,
I still hold on my rating too,
Yeah, me
because
too.
because nothing changes for
Yeah.
me. If anything, it adds more weight to the problem in hand, and I get to feel more for our main characters and their delinquents.
And his love for his girlfriend, man.
Yes, which is strong. That girl.
Yeah, I actually really like that about this anime. Like he knows that it's just in the past, and that it really, in the long run, it was like a small schoolboy crush type situation. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't gonna go anywhere, but he still cares because, you know, when he hears that she dies, he's like,
He
dang.
he gave me that Subaru vibe, where he wants
Yeah.
to save his girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
This is redemption.
A redemption for him.
Yes, fix everything.
And hopefully it works out.
And with that, we move on to the next anime, and this one's gonna be a twofer. Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood, episode 2 and 3.
Yeah, so from here on, actually, most of our anime up until our recurring ones from last season are going to be 2-4s. 2 and also 1-3 because we're basically playing catch up. If you guys didn't notice, we were a little bit behind last week, so we're just basically trying to play catch up here.
Yes. So
yeah, like I said before, the anime came out at like crazy times. Like some of them came out like almost a month before other anime during the season, which was weird. But
no, yeah, it was weird, and like we were just trying to close last season. But anyways, let's just jump into episode 2 of Joran.
Yeah.
And more backstory.
Yeah, more backstory for Sawa.
Yeah.
We find out that Sawa is part of an ancient clan that has blue blood.
Yes.
Which now explains as to why Sawa has blue blood and why like the monsters have blue blood is because it's not just stylistically. It's not like it's just a stylistic pick. It's literally like part of the actual like lore and story and such. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too, and like the whole like trying to get the what was her name, the informant or something that they were trying to rescue her. I think.
Yeah, they were. It didn't really work out well, but they were. She was trying to get her out of there, and you see like the inner conflict between Sawa and the other members. Like they don't like her at all.
Yeah, no, it really shows in this episode is like what's up with this team we're following? Like they really don't work well together.
Yeah, like they have like no chemistry at all.
It's like the weirdest team. Like they don't even like hang out with each other outside of missions or anything. Like, they're all like completely different walks of life.
Yeah. To me, they're just mercenaries in a way. Even in the beginning, they said it. Well, I don't like this girl,
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do anything with her, but we had to work together.
Yeah, they're literally just like, oh, she wants to die. Cool. That's as long as she does what she does, then that's on her.
Yeah, just leave me alone on it.
What else happened in episode 2 that I don't remember?
I think they also explained the whole thing with Asahi's mom and dad, right?
Yeah, like who killed them? And
and why you saw like her holding a knife over her in episode 1, which is I was like, really, what's going on here?
Yeah. It turns out Sawa actually killed her parents, but it's like, but then that also brings up the question: is like maybe the parents did deserve to die because they kind of sold her off into a sleazy scumbag for
they were going to,
so
which was gross.
Yeah, so I mean, like
that was a gross scene where they even like they dolled her up in makeup and stuff, and he's like touching. He's like 4 years old, man.
Yeah.
Either way, he blew up, so that's good enough.
Yeah.
Justice was served.
Justice was served, for sure.
And I think with that we move on to episode 3.
Yeah.
Which last episode it was revealed that they killed the informant and her son.
Yeah.
And that they were like questioning like what the hell was that about?
She was like, and she wasn't even like a informant. Like she was a literal treasurer of the group.
She was a literal like Rain Man genius, like who remember everything. So that I think why they did that was they just deemed her too like dangerous if she ever left the group. So they just had to they got all the information from her and then you gotta go.
Yeah, they yeeted her. And
but they didn't. They killed her son too, which they didn't have to do that. I don't know. Like,
maybe he had some info.
Maybe it was just like revengeful. They didn't want him to like come back and kill them all because of.
Yeah, kill the whole family.
Yeah.
And then later on, they even cleaned the cleaner, which they didn't even like. They didn't even like reveal as to whether or not he was actually like leaking information or anything like that. Like he just had his own like. He had his own like escape plan in case like things went south. Because it's weird. Like this organization like literally has nobody trusting anybody.
Yeah.
Like
everyone's on.
They're all suspicious of each other. And like man. I even joked like, hey, this Kamone guy or whatever like that. Like, I don't think he needs to worry about this group at all. They're just off killing each other.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like what's going on? Like it feels weird watching it like with those all that going on.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, the whole cleaner thing. I like that scene. It was like how he escaped.
Yeah. Like he used his hat, but then like eventually like he gets killed off though.
Yeah, because
he still dies. He did all that work and still dies.
Because Makoto finds out, like, this cheeky bastard. He's right here.
Yeah.
And speaking of him, You know,
It's officially revealed that Makoto is actually a girl.
I told you, guessed it.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't believe you, but
I guessed.
dang.
the biggest I think like the biggest hint that they dropped was when they had
It was
what
the
was-
conversation with the blonde hair girl, I think.
yeah, in the first episode,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, they were like, you mentioned it in the podcast, like dude, they mentioned him as her
Yeah.
for like a good
Mhm.
while, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so it is her, but you know, it was officially revealed,
mm-hmm.
and like the whole our real enemy, Jonami, Jonami,
Jonami or
Jonami,
I don't
yeah.
know.
yeah, which was revealed that he was the
the
grand.
kind old lady that Asahi was hanging out with.
Oh man,
That was weird, too.
And that one of our mercenaries is working with him
Yep.
Yeah,
as well.
that's why I'm saying like there's nobody, like you can't really trust anybody in this group. Like what
this is honestly a mess right now. I don't know. Like it's very interesting to see how
Yeah.
this will play out.
Yeah.
Because
It is.
it's still just they're like giving you bits and pieces of information every episode, but it's still confusing because it's like I don't know who's the good guy here. I don't even know if Sawa's a good person. Like
No.
I don't know who to root for.
Exactly.
Because like Sawa, like the thing with Sawa is that she's just really like she's just kind of like caretaking Asahi right now, just kind of like as obligation, quote unquote. But like in reality, her main goal is to just revenge. Yeah.
Revenge.
Which I can realistically see that kind of shape into like actual affection for Asahi, you know, as like the series goes on. I can see that. I can see that actually like develop and everything. But like for now, it's just like revenge and that's it. And then after that, you can kill me since I'm the one that killed your parents, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
I
she
get
kind
it.
Yeah.
she kind of
Yeah.
worried at the end because she started running for her when she saw the letter and the
Oh, yeah.
money too.
Yeah, she didn't take.
Yeah,
the
she
money.
got worried because it was like, well, she doesn't want her to like get murdered right away.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will see what goes on from
Mhm.
there. This is the 3. So are we keeping it or are we kicking it?
I think we can keep it.
Keeping it.
I think it's
Yeah.
pretty interesting. I like to see how it
Yeah,
pans out.
I'm in the same boat. I think the 3rd episode kind of convinced me. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we could keep it. I think I really enjoyed the 3rd episode more than the 2nd one, in my
Mhm.
opinion. So yeah, with that, we move on to the next anime.
We move on to the next anime, SSS DYNAZENON, episode 2 and 3.
Yes.
And oh my god, this anime so far is definitely cementing my love for Galma as my favorite character of the show. I love it. I love him.
I have a different favorite character.
I know yours is Minami.
Minami. I really like her character.
I can see why, but like, I know that they're gonna be like just like pumping a whole bunch of development and everything like that into all the characters and everything. But like,
I like the whole squad.
yeah, they're
I like
like the-
everybody,
the
but
man.
I like her the most. But I like everybody too.
Yeah,
like
I think-
Galma's cool. We get a little bit of development from him.
Mhm.
We find out he's like got some time travel stuff in there,
Oh, yeah.
and that
Yeah.
he knows the antagonists who are running all the other kaiju
the
in this
kaiju
world, basically.
eugenicists.
yes, the evil guys.
And yeah, it's like he's cool, and we find out at the end of episode 3 that he's like, oh, he's doing it for a girl,
Yeah.
which is funny.
I had a theory that it might be the sister of the girl you like, Josh.
Oh really?
That's-
Oh yeah,
that's
that would
my
be
theory.
really interesting actually.
That's my
Mhm.
theory.
Which I thought
Yeah.
I thought was a cool thing when you brought it up.
Yeah, I can see that because like so far as far as like characters are concerned, like from what we are introduced to, we don't know too much about Minami's older sister, and she wasn't even close to her like at all up until
Yeah,
like,
we're getting
Kuramā.
very
'Cause
like
we don't know how
tiny
she died.
bits and pieces of information
Right.
about, about her life.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Specifically about her life too. Like the other characters are getting some development, but we're getting right now a lot of development about Minami and her life and why she is the way she is, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of love in these 2 episodes. I feel
So
like.
I'm enjoying that. I guess for me the only issue is like I think with Gridman I like more the action on that than
Yeah.
on this one. This one's more of a shooting kind of thing. They're blasting like.
Oh yeah, there's
rockets
not
and-
much hand-to-hand
not-
combat
not
going
hand-to-hand,
on. Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah, I'm not a big mecha guy, so like I don't find like great amazing joy in like the mecha fight scenes. I'm kind of like, oh, they're all right. Like I know like watching this you know, some other people who are big mecha fans are like, oh, it's so cool, man. Look at them, they're giant robots. It's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, it's really cool.
I feel like it, like for most people, it's like nostalgic of, of like the old school Power Ranger shows.
Definitely.
And
like,
how,
or if you, especially if you grew up like stuff like, you know, Power Rangers or yeah, you know, like again, like other tokusatsu shows or like even Godzilla and stuff. Like, you know, this is definitely gonna tickle your fancy for sure. Yeah, same with like Gridman.
Especially when like when they transform or like come together, it's like they know, like Trigger knows, like that's like, bam, we gotta make it pop. We gotta make it a spectacular moment, like when they combine and you feel it. You're like, oh, that was good.
I mean, they even brought back the 4 S's. You know, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Like, how much more fan servicey can you get?
Sure. But I always appreciate it. Everyone appreciates it. So yeah, and I think it's cool in this version of the anime. Everyone has a piece of the mech.
Yeah.
And so like.
Yeah, that is cool actually. I like how even Galma doesn't have like they all have to like do their own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like like Galma has to stay in the water because he's the boat.
Yeah.
So he has to kind of be off to the side, and then they all form together, and they have to form together when they're all in like the right mindset too. They can't be like disagreeing with each other, or else they won't be able to form. And also we learned that 2 can form at once because Minami and Yomogi formed.
Yeah, they did.
The little flying robot.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. On just I can't wait to see like what other transformations they do in the near future. It's like maybe like, you know, the car and the boat combined, maybe.
Also, I think another important thing that we find out also is that it seems like the kaiju eugenists aren't might be immortal also.
Yes.
Because the red-haired guy, like he
got blown to smithereens and he lived.
Yeah, he literally just like came back up and he's like, oh, I'm alive.
Yeah, like, oh, this is new.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives us like the idea like defeating them is not the answer. Like there's got to be another way, which it kind of hints with our main bad guy.
With Juga.
Yeah, Juga, and how like he's not like he's trying to like understand what the other team is like, and like
no, I think he was just interested in him.
Yeah, but like
MC.
But yeah, like I guess it's just him most importantly, because you know he's the one that blew the air at them. But yeah, I like him. He seems interesting to me. And see what
he's not like a stereotypical like bad guy. He's just kind of like, so far at least.
So far,
he's an interesting guy. He's interested in a lot of stuff. Even though he's the bad guy, he's still interested in what the good guys are doing. And
yeah, man, I think both these episodes were spectacular, and obviously we're keeping this.
Oh yeah, no,
obviously, yeah. I would be mind blown.
No, man, I give a 1. Just kidding.
No, this.
It's one of the most interesting shows of this season, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, and speaking of interesting shows, we move on to our next anime.
Oh, this one's 3 for.
Yeah.
Yes, but well deserved. Vivy, Fluorite, I-Song, episode 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Now I actually didn't watch episode 4, so I can only comment about episode 2 and 3.
Oh, okay.
But you guys are welcome to talk about it. I don't mind, but I won't put my input for 4. Yeah.
No, I feel like I don't want to talk about 4 to spoil.
Nah, man. I want to talk about it because I hate that one dude.
Oh my god. Let's just get into it.
The way
let's get into it.
So like, you know, since we saw like 3 episodes, you know, in one sitting, like it was really interesting seeing kind of where the story went.
Yeah, before we even get to the story, we got to the openings, and each opening was different.
Huh? Yeah, they were. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Nice take.
I think it was very appropriate because our main character, Vivy, can also, you know, she's a singer, so it makes sense.
I adore. Can I just say I adore the animation in the show?
Oh,
like
yes.
it went all out. Like they have their signature eyes from like Attack on Titan and other animes they made, but man, they go all out on this show. Like the show looks, even in the nighttime, like most of the episode 2 is like dark.
Yeah.
So like but they do a really good job of like illuminating the light coming in and like making it so that, you know, everybody's still like you can still see all the defining features on everybody and stuff like that.
You can definitely tell that this that episode was set in a city because like despite it being dark, you can like the whole city itself is illuminated, you know, like everything, all the light coming from all the different buildings and stuff are still shining from all the windows and stuff.
Yeah, I'll give this more like to Psycho-Pass in a way too. You know, the lighting from the city itself brings the world to life.
Yeah,
and
so.
IG does that really well too. Well, of course, because you know both of these companies are working together. Well, they are together in a way.
Yeah.
So that's why it's amazing, especially on episode 4. The fighting was amazing.
Yeah, whenever they go to the combat,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. But
let's get to 2.
See, the thing is that like the interesting part of how the anime handles like certain arcs and stuff is that they're all segmented by different time lapses and stuff.
Yes.
So episode 2. So like in episode 2, for instance, Vivy goes in and saves this kid that's part of the enemy team. Yeah. And you know, obviously, the teddy bear's like, "What are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing, Vivy? You should go out there and save him."
Because the bear has his own agenda, as you see.
I like that
from
bear.
the 3 episodes. Like, it's very apparent that he will stop at nothing to get his own agenda done, which fits in with the theme of like, oh, each robot has like one mission they have to do, and that's his mission, and he'll do it no matter what. Like, he full on attacks Diva when she's like trying to stop the plane from crashing.
He
just full on smokes or rips off her arm. Like, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's just crazy to see. And then
it is also a good thing that you brought up the whole thing with how each of the robots have their own agenda, because it even brought up the most essential question that, okay, if all of this is happening like as we're going, then why didn't you tell me all this information before? And then the bear's like, because I don't trust you. Simple as that. I wasn't even sure if you were even gonna do all this. I didn't choose my target. My creator did.
Yeah, it's crazy because like the bear's so simple-minded. Like, he has a goal. Like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. This is what I need to do. If you're with me, cool. If you're not, I'm gonna do it my way.
He even said like, the only reason I'm with you is because you're the only one that was like, you're in a museum. Like, you're the only one that was available to talk to back in this time period. Like, you're the only surviving one.
Which is crazy.
That, like, you would know.
It's an interesting character, this bear. And
like, I'm getting like some angry AI good guy turning into bad guy vibes from him.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Especially like the ending of the episode 2. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah,
I'm glad they also
like, I was really surprised about that, because the storytelling in this anime is really good too, because they give you information but they don't give you all of it. So you'll see events happening and then they'll give you the context as to why that happened. So for example, when Diva was getting thrown around there, the first time I watched it, I was like, what's going on? Like, I went back and I'm like, did I miss something? Like, why is this happening? But then I kept watching and they gave context. Like, she wanted to go save the plane and he was like, no, I can't let you do that because you're not allowed to change history unless I tell you to change history.
Yeah.
Like, we're not heroes.
Basically. And then when the way episode 3 started, I was half expecting like, okay, we're gonna get like an immediate aftermath, but no, it's literally like
15 years.
15 years passed.
15 years, interesting way of
crazy
telling it, but it made sense because they even went back and they showed like she has an audience now, like she's getting well known, she's improving singing, her like, you know, she's becoming more lifelike,
and most importantly, there's more autonomous AIs now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
all the old AIs that were just like ugly looking are now all autonomous.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Which like it shows like the effect of her actions did with the law, which kind of helped, but at the same time like it changed a bit with like just the little things that she did.
We noticed like little changes in every episode.
Yeah.
Well, with the I guess time skips we're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also liked in episode 2, the beginning portion, when she reunites with the other AI. It's like, oh, why didn't you talk to me sooner? And he's like, well, because of what you did last time, I can't be with you all the time now because you'll try to change history all the time. If I just tell you what it is, so I have to leave and only come to you when we need to change history.
And this one is and this arc in particular, it's all about stopping a space hotel from crashing into the earth.
Yes.
Yeah. and a defective AI that has a bit of a psychotic nature to her.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't seen episode 4, so I don't know the full story yet. But I know that's what he said. So.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
We get the guy, of course, that Diva saved, right?
Yes, on episode 2, he comes back.
Yeah.
Which
he comes back 15 years older.
Yeah.
And he's still doing stuff.
Yeah. At first I didn't know that was him. I thought he was just a random mechanic, but the way he looked in the beginning, I was like, oh, this guy's the bad guy of the episode.
You were getting
It's
flashbacks.
a nice touch because he keeps the scar that he got during that accident, and you're like, oh shit, you're like, that's him.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, the whole infiltrating the hotel, seeing what's up, like why does it get to that that event, and it seems all fine, it seems normal when Diva gets in there, and you're like, what is it, like, do they take over, or is it like a virus that activates?
Then it turns out no, this really sweet looking hotel manager, Estella, who's an autonomous AI, turns out she sabotages her own space hotel to crash it into the planet.
Yeah.
Why? Well, I'll tell you why, because episode 4 tells us.
Yes.
Josh, if you want to tune out.
Yeah, I'm tuning out. I'm taking out my headphones. You guys talk about it.
All right, my man.
All right. Well, it turns out it wasn't actually Estella. It was actually a twin autonomous AI, Elizabeth.
Yeah, it was just crazy. I mean, it feels like that trope. It was like, it wasn't me. It was my evil twin.
It wasn't Solid Snake. It was Liquid Snake.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, but it kind of played off. It played off like, and they gave backstory of that.
And we also got introduced to another character, other than the Tom. We get introduced to a little girl.
Which ended up being the little sister of
Momoko.
Yeah.
The original girl that was
died on the plane.
That died on the plane. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was an interesting take to see how Diva handled that.
Yeah, because at that time she wasn't calling herself Diva on the ship. She was calling herself Eve.
Vivy.
Vivy.
Yeah.
And it's coincidentally, Vivy was the name that Momoko originally gave her.
Yeah.
When in that first episode. So.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, because she kept telling her, "Are you Diva? Are you sure you're Diva?" And then she's like, "No, I'm not Diva." Yeah. And that was upsetting. I was like, she had her hopes up for that.
No, but later on she tells her, and she's like, "Yeah,
we'll get to there." Continue, I guess.
But yeah, I mean, like it was just so basically, Estella didn't lose her mind. She was hijacked by the terrorist group against AIs. And the funny thing, the funny thing I found about this whole thing was that Elizabeth, who is an autonomous AI, looks up to her master. Turns out it was the kid that Vivy saved so many years ago. And they were literally about to do a suicide mission.
Yeah.
But Elizabeth was like, okay, no, we're not. You're living.
Yeah, I'm saving you, master.
I'm saving you.
Yeah. And I think I liked Elizabeth. Like the little time that we spent with her, like I liked her whole story, and it's like her whole like why she did it.
Yeah. And
then it made sense, and then especially when it comes to the fight.
Yeah, the fight itself was just, oh my goodness, it was animated beautifully.
Yeah, I did not expect it. So
it's interesting too, because like I remember in episode 2, like Vivy, like she was being installed the combat program, but she was like, no, I don't want it to affect my singing.
Yeah.
But now here we are 15 years later, and she's like, no, like do it.
We gotta do this.
We gotta do this.
I mean, I guess she kind of figured like this is my only option. You know? So like I gotta do this.
Yeah.
Like, even it's gonna affect. Hopefully, it doesn't affect her singing.
Hopefully not, but yeah.
But we get the great scenes like that.
We get those cool combat scenes.
I'll take that price.
Yeah.
That was insane.
I do kind of feel bad for Elizabeth though, because like pretty much her whole memory of what she spent in those 7 years,
gone.
That it's all gone. Yeah, because of the virus.
Yeah, but it kind of gives a bittersweet ending to Elizabeth and
Estella,
yes, and I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute how they did it, and they ended up saving the situation.
Yeah,
because it was gonna crash down on Earth. There was no escaping that part. But
the guy managed to escape too.
Yeah, he escaped as well.
Hate him.
Yes.
Even though he's got saved by 2 AIs, he's still.
It's funny how he hates AIs, but he was getting helped by an AI.
Yeah.
So I was like, it kind of defeats the purpose.
It does, yeah. You
Yeah.
think that he would change his ways. So now that the whole space hotel arc is now concluded, now where do we go from there? Now it's because again we're all caught up, so we're not gonna be able to cover the new episode until next week.
Yeah.
So now it's just taking bets. What how
next?
far into the future are we gonna go? I'm gonna say 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. I say 10 years.
10 years?
I said 5.
5.
the biggest
Yeah,
one.
David doesn't want this man to grow too old.
I want him to see how good AIs are good, man. But he doesn't get that through his thick head.
Yeah, it's very hard to change people's minds.
Yeah.
This is one of those people.
I guess I'm curious on why. I want to see
understandable.
why.
Yeah.
The reason why.
Get his
Why he hates
backstory.
it. Yeah. Get his
Yeah.
backstory up.
And obviously, from hearing all that, we're definitely keeping this one. This is probably like the most excited one
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
of the new season, and it's well deserved. The animation's great. When they have the fight scenes, I'm like gushing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the singing's not bad. I actually enjoy it.
No, like they put their heart into like the singing and like the fight scenes and everything like that. Like it's really really well done.
So yeah, you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. Only 4 episodes so far, and hope to hear more from us on this beautiful anime. And
Josh, come back.
I'm back. I'm here.
All right.
Cool.
All right, and now that Josh is back, we now move on to our next anime. This one came out last week. Well, literally like a day or two after we recorded for the last podcast. And now we're here to talk about episode 1.
Yes.
The anime To Your Eternity, episode 1.
Oh yes, this
Now,
one, interesting one.
Yes.
David was super looking forward to this one, and
Yeah, I got what I wanted, man.
oh, I 110%.
I feel
agree.
like you should start it off, man.
Yeah, go ahead, man. This is your stage. Take it.
Because
Yeah.
it felt like a film.
Ah.
That first episode literally felt like a film. Like we were going through this character's journey,
Yeah.
all the way through the whole episode. Like
So sad, man.
was so
It's really
upsetting,
sad so
yeah.
far. If this is
It
gonna be
brought-
how
it
the
gave
whole
me
anime goes,
tears,
man. Ooh.
yeah, it brought me to tears, man.
Yeah.
It was so upsetting. It's because I already had this feeling that his family died because it's been a while.
Yeah.
The place is already wrecked.
It was setting up for it. Like it was setting up. 5 years. Oh, maybe they reach paradise, stuff like that. He's literally like in the North Pole.
And he has
And,
the
like,
confidence.
Even when he was trekking on, I'm like, oh no, like he's gonna find their bodies or the wreckage or something as he goes out there.
And that whole issue, the struggle he went to all the way over there just to.
He got like sepsis. He like frostbite, slowly seeing
I
all the
felt
frostbite on
sorry
his
for
nose,
him.
on his hands and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
That looked painful throughout the whole journey. I was like, damn.
Yeah, you felt sorry for the kid. He has no name, but
Yeah, that was really powerful. The fact that like the only like character I guess that had a name was Joran,
which
and technically speaking, like that character,
It's
the
not
dog,
even it's not even him.
Yeah, it's
The
not even
wolf
him, yeah.
passed away, which actually kind of makes it sad that how much he cares for the wolf, but it's like not even
It's
really
not even his
him.
dog
yeah,
or wolf.
it's the damn alien.
It's the alien that
came into Earth.
that
That was a rock. in
that
the beginning.
wolf died. Yeah, the
Yeah.
wolf died next to it. I was like, damn.
yeah.
Right on top of it, and
We'll
then
probably-
because he's able to synergize with stuff that passes away near him, he's able to transform into them.
And we'll probably like realistically, we'll probably never know why or how that even happened.
We won't.
It's just kind of this is how it works, right? This is I'm fine with that. Like, you don't need to explain everything to me as long as you establish like what it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't need to have this big huge explanation about why it's here. Just it's there. So
The music was great too.
Oh,
the
yeah.
soundtrack, damn. I felt
Yeah.
I felt the music with the snow.
Yeah.
The entirety of it, the whole passage, all the music score, everything. Wow.
I'm curious because Josh, you're an expert on snow. How does this represent that feeling to you? With the whole snowstorm and everything.
I would have not been able to go as far as he did. I'm surprised he went as far because like if you're out in the freezing cold like that for, let's say it's like -20, -25 there, which it most likely is, considering how much snow there is, that there's blizzards and everything, how quickly he got frostbite after like a day. He was going off by sheer like
optimism,
motivation, sheer optimism. And then they even showed when he fell into the water as well. That probably contributed a lot to his death, but it isn't super realistic, but it doesn't have to be. But I'm saying, like, if you fell into the water in that type of temperature, you probably die that night of hypothermia. Like, you wouldn't be able to walk back.
He definitely was lucky with how he was able to survive it.
Yeah, but it was pretty accurate. It showed frostbite in all the right places, you know. It was the way you get weaker as you keep going, because all your joints get like so cold that you can't even like feel or move them, and you get like slow and stuff like that. That's all accurate.
Yeah, and to a point
they did
where
the research on the snow. Obviously, in Japan they have Hokkaido, so they definitely have a lot of snow and a lot of cold there. They definitely did their research in the northern, like North Pole, northern Canada, Russia, Siberia, stuff like that.
Is it me, or did you notice that he stopped eating too, like towards the end?
I guess
like he made the food, but he never ate it, right?
Yeah, because there was nobody else to take care of him.
He's probably he's so weak and delirious at that point that he probably was making it for like just out of habit, because Joran was like standing there.
Yeah.
And he probably made it out of habit, but he was like, I don't care about eating it. You know, we're gonna set off, you know, next time, so that, because he's so weak and delirious from the cold and the sepsis, probably from his infection that he got.
But
so like it's sad because that happens, you know. That's a really realistic, graphic but realistic way to pass away if you're in those harsh temperatures.
And then obviously the tragic ending of him passing away, and it kind of changed the heart of the alien. And
you could tell that like the alien was completely set on and like carrying out the boy's like last wish, you know, taking care of yourself, and he wanted to do something, but then, you know, what he was like, him when he was transforming into that boy, like he was like, he didn't know what was going on.
And then
because he can't even speak. Like, he doesn't have any, like, he had the mind of a wolf. He had to learn how to walk as a wolf when he first got the body. So
and then
he's like
the little thing with the memory, you know, him meeting his family and stuff. I was like, damn.
The afterlife.
And the afterlife, I was like, damn.
Yeah, man. I mean, he finally.
When he didn't like, he didn't comprehend that he died. He was just like, oh, I'm walking out the door, let's go on an adventure. And then he sees his family. He's like, wow, they all came back.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps to like his optimism like pure.
Yeah.
And sad to see him go. You know, only first episode. But
they made, you know, good on the story for making us feel so sad for a character we didn't even know the name of.
Exactly.
Like, we barely even knew this. It's one episode, right? But man, I felt for him.
The way this anime was handled, I would honestly, like, if there was no series attached to this, I honestly wouldn't mind. I would perfectly be content with it just being this one episode. If this was just considered like an anime short film, I would be totally satisfied with.
Yeah, it really plays out like a short film. It really plays out like an OVA or something.
Yeah, and it wraps up the story really well. And but yeah,
just impressions now.
I guess we could all say we loved it.
Oh
yeah.
I thought it was really good. I'm looking forward to what it has in store.
Yeah, and that to me, that's the part that kind of gets to me, because like the alien sees, like, you know, this human that who has so much like optimism and like bravery just to do this. Like, he is a good person, the kid, but I'm scared at the same time when he goes on to the adventure to see the ugly side of humanity, which I think it will happen. And just to see it is different from everybody else. Instead
because he only ever had one interaction with one person who was like super optimistic and like a good person. So and even if you saw like the after episode credits, they kind of hint at that with the next episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's what scares me. That's what worries me the most. But that's good, because that is always good to have the first episode ask you that question, like, what happens next.
Yeah.
I want to see our little alien guy grow as a person. I want to see him like learn feelings and emotions, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, obviously, do we want to rate it? I mean, it's pretty
yeah.
obvious
Yeah.
how we.
It's pretty obvious. It's going to be like high ratings all across the board.
This is a 9
Definitely
for
not
me.
dropping this one.
This one for beginning episode, a 9 right away, right off the bat.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this first episode. My hopes are still high in general for the show.
I'm a little wary again because of how amazing this first episode was. So I'm just gonna be a little cautious. I'm gonna give it an 8.5, just because of fear of the unknown mostly. But again, I have high expectations all around the board. Hopefully it'll deliver.
I think I'm the opposite on that.
Oh, yeah?
I think I am excited to see what happens. I'm ready for the unknown, and that's what I give it a 9 as well.
All right.
Because that's what interests me. I'm like if we get this much story on just the character that we even know the name of,
Yeah.
I can't imagine what they're gonna do with other characters that we come across with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm kind of wary of it too, but I'm getting like Mushishi vibes from it, so I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
So yeah,
We're all high.
all super high, and look forward to us covering this more.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna look forward to it as well.
And with that, we move on to the next anime, and we have My Hero Academia season 5.
Oh boy, the one I just watched while you guys were setting up.
Episode 3 and 4.
Yep.
And if you see the opening to this season, you kind of can tell where it's going.
I think I'm glad that we saw like these 2 episodes together, because it's like by themselves there wasn't really much going on, because it's literally just
especially the first
watching them by themselves.
3.
I can ascertain that fact 100%. They're way better watched back to back, because like the episode 3 ends off like at a weird note, and midway through the fight it ends off.
Yeah.
It
like
really
why would you end
is.
it off there, like weird suspense or something like that?
That's
And then
hardly
episode
much.
4 like just kind of continue, like it retells
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's become a staple in the My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
It's like,
franchise,
what, like
really.
3
retell out the story in the next episode.
the first 3 minutes is just retelling of what we already saw the past episode. I'm like, what?
I just skipped it.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I was
no,
I
no,
need to
we
see
did
this.
too.
I actually thought I was watching the other episode. I literally went back to make sure I was on the right episode.
Yeah. No, we
I don't
did
blame
too.
you.
We were all like, no, this we already saw this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Class A versus Class B.
Mm-hmm.
See who the best hero class is.
I do want to say, because I am caught up on the manga, so I know where it's going. So I get to kind of like see comparisons of where the anime is going with the manga. I am glad that they animated Naito as well as they did, because like the manga panel like variants of him are so like over the top, exaggerated, like facial expressions and everything. I'm really glad that they did him justice with how crazy he is, especially with how like calm he was in back at the sports festival arc.
Yeah.
That here he's just crazy now. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
we gotta roll with
he's
it
been
now.
crazy for like 3 seasons at this point. He's like he's gone off the loony bin in terms of like, I want to be better than Class A. It's like, shut up, you're in the same school. Why does it matter?
We beat Class A by 2 points.
Yeah.
That guy, the annoying dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Annoying guy. Every
Copycat-
time he
copycat
appears,
guy.
he's like, "Oh, I'm Class A. Look, it's little wimpy Class A. Oh,
Yeah.
they suck."
Oh my Jesus.
Like,
I really hate that guy.
And it's always the same joke too, where he gets like slapped by someone
slapped
or like
Yeah.
knocked out. Like, come on,
I'm getting
come on,
tired of him.
guys.
I'm getting tired of that character, man.
But yeah, we get to
I'm getting tired of a lot of characters. It's been 5 seasons,
But yeah, we
and
get
they still tell us their quirk every episode with the
Every
little
single-
text box
yeah.
up there.
They want to make sure you know. Like, oh, Todoroki, hot and cold. Oh, okay.
Tenkū?
Asui? Oh yeah, frog? Yeah, make sure you know that.
Don't forget about their blood type and their birthday.
And what they like.
And their likes.
And they're like,
Aizawa likes cats.
nice.
Kaminari likes hamburgers.
Sick. But yes.
Shinso likes cats too.
Oh,
Yeah.
But yes, we get to see the brackets of the classes who they're fighting against, and our wild card, the mind control.
Shinso, yeah. Shinso's back.
And
He's got a really cool power. I love how he uses it with like the voice changer and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
really
telling
cool.
you, he's a villain. That's a villain power.
Yeah, they said that in season 2.
Yeah,
They were
they
like,
did, they did.
you have the power that a villain would have, and he's
Yeah.
like, I've been hearing it all my life. I hate when people say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's trying to put everybody like, yo, I could be a good guy too. Like, come on.
Yeah,
But David doesn't believe that though.
No, that power and
He looks like a
that
villain,
quirk
too.
always.
He's got the eyes.
Yeah, he has the eyes and everything, man. That mask even made him more of a villain.
The dark, like Darth
Hey
Vader.
man,
Yeah.
he's just trying to protect from Corona, man.
Jeez.
And it makes it edgier. But yeah, he pulls his weight though on the class when he's in the Class A team because he's in both teams.
Yeah.
He's a wild card, but we get to see him in Class A first, and he does a really good job of manipulating the other team.
I feel like the MVPs were both him and Froppy
Oh yeah.
throughout the episode.
Yeah,
The
but-
other two, no.
Yeah, but at least
Kaminari
Kaminari.
also, we learned that he has a lot more control over his electricity now. He
yeah,
doesn't
he
go into,
doesn't.
like,
He's not. He did. Yeah.
He
Not
He doesn't
once,
go dumb.
Not once did he go brain dead.
No,
Yeah.
not once. Yeah, good on him, man.
Because honestly, like it's because I. 'cause
But he was the
funny.
bait for this episode.
It was funny at first when we first saw it, like back in the first couple seasons. But then after a while, it just gets like, okay,
it gets so
you're-
annoying because he's
you're
like
just useless.
He's like disabled after,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like he's
Mhm.
useless.
Well, yeah, it's character growth, man. Like you get to see, like he can finally
he
use his
doesn't
power.
get.
Training, all those
No,
training
he-
arcs he
he's-
went through.
Yeah.
He's still the bait.
But no,
Yes, he's still the bait character.
But he had a plan, man.
Yeah, him
He
being
had
the
a plan,
bait.
he accidentally executed by stepping on the vines.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys give him too much. No, I believe in him.
I don't like that guy.
But he likes. Come on, man. He likes hamburgers.
I do too.
And he likes women as well, so
Yeah.
yeah, give him
Of
some
course.
credit with that too.
But yeah, that ends like both the episodes, and one nice bow, and we get to see who fights next.
Yeah.
My hero, and with that,
We move on to our next show,
More heroes.
Invincible, episode 3.
Damn.
yes.
Ooh, I watched this one like right at, because this is a really interesting show. I don't watch like cartoons or like
Yeah,
superhero
Western
stuff, 'cause
Western shows.
I find like, oh, they're all the same, you know, and they're all the same. That's whenever a new superhero movie comes out, I just like
Yeah.
predict what's gonna happen right off the bat, and it's usually right. But this one's different. Like I'm wary still, even on episode 3. I'm kind of like, but it's like it's interesting enough that it holds my interest. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
looking at it, I'm like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I find the dialogue really weird, but I actually
Mhm.
find the show like the plot line. I like the villain. The
Yeah.
villain's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, which this episode was like interesting, like they handled the whole the Guardians of the Globe death.
Yeah.
And like we see both versions of it, like the public.
The public version and like the private one.
Yeah, which we hardly ever see like in in cartoons.
And then you see little bits and pieces, little cracks into Omni-Man's persona where right after the funeral, he's like, hey, who's up for some Italian pizza?
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, man. That
We were seeing those as early as
the first episode.
the first part of
But
episode
now-
1.
But it was more like blunt about it.
Yeah,
like,
now
it's
people
really
are
blunt
noticing.
about it. And now we see like the demon guy too. He's like starting to threaten them almost.
yeah. I like that.
He
character.
knows
The
what
mom
happened.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. The Hellboy character. He's like I think it's Omni-Man, honestly.
Hey, but what this episode gets really good though is giving Rex his just desserts though.
Oh my
Oh my
god,
goodness.
dude, man.
Oh man,
Yes.
yes.
This guy, if he wasn't,
He's a prick.
if he wasn't a prick, if you didn't think he was a prick last episode, this guy really proves
Oh,
himself.
man. He cheats, and then he
on
makes fun of a
teammates.
little girl and gets beat up. That's
Yeah,
funny.
dude, it was great justice. I'm glad he got smattered. I wish Invincible didn't save him.
I wish he just died right then and there, so we wouldn't have to hear anything more come out of his mouth.
Yeah, but speaking of that, when he got beat up by Monster Girl,
Yeah.
we see other superheroes. We see a lot more who gets to be the new Guardians of the Globe by their new leader, Robots.
Yeah, it's interesting too because it's pretty much everybody from Team
Yeah.
plus like 3 new members.
Mm.
But Robot, he's a little sketchy.
We also saw Omni-Man on the top too.
Oh yeah, dude, he gave like the most evil look.
Evil look, man. I was like, whoa, buddy.
Dude, I loved it.
Yeah, when he was looking at it, he's like, oh, looks like I gotta wash my hands again with this.
Then he was like
bloody.
cocky. He was like pathetic.
Yeah.
It also pretty much confirmed that like he was never part of the Guardian of the Globe team at all.
No, they even said that he did his own thing. Like sometimes he'd come work with them, but very rarely.
He won't even listen to the director. He's like, nah.
Yeah, he did his own thing.
I'm a solo writer.
And the only reason nobody like stopped him was because he was so powerful. They were just like, okay, just as long as you're on our side.
You do you, Ben.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the robot being sus, man. That whole like that basically the ending part with the whole prison thing.
Yeah.
When they freed.
Yeah, that was
the two brothers. Well, the clones.
One clone and the real one and the fake one. that was funny.
That was funny. Like I didn't see that coming at the end where like he used his clone.
Oh well. Yeah, because up until now, like when they were interacting with each other, they were just basically arguing like who's the original and who's the clone. But now we don't have to worry about that anymore because one of them used the other one as a human shield.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's the clone then, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we'll never know.
We don't know, but it doesn't really matter. Not really. I don't think.
No.
I think it's just
the same person.
I think it's just a funny joke between that.
Yeah.
But regardless, like at the end, it's revealed that like Robot and the director were in on this whole thing.
No, I think it was just Robot.
It was just Robot. Oh
I think it was just Robot. Yeah,
because the director
was
just
one,
walked
like
in.
controlling the doors.
I
And
was like,
everything.
hey, buddy, what you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I was like, oh, nothing, just checking.
But my prediction is that Robot is because of the fact that the Guardian team weren't are super unorganized with what's going on. He's probably just trying to whip them into shape and like, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like he's like, okay, let's create some chaos so that they can actually like
prove themselves
and work together in like a crisis moment.
Oh, we also had a downfall with our team, the group.
Team?
Team.
Yeah.
Because of the cheating thing.
The cheating thing. So they separated from each other.
I felt bad for Eve too because like she thought that she wanted to go to Mark for help, but turns out Mark
and then
was
our guy's getting some.
Yeah, he was busy. He was busy doing his own thing.
Yeah, yeah. I felt sorry for her because obviously they gone.
And she doesn't have anybody.
No.
Yeah, she pretty much left flying away. I was like, damn.
Hopefully she's alright next episode.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens because I like both of the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the only hateable character really is mainly just Rex.
Rex, yeah.
Like you would think it would be Omni-Man, but nah, it's Rex.
Yeah. No, because
Omni-Man at least is like he's interesting. Like he's a weird villain. Like he has this persona. Like I don't know his motives.
Yeah.
Like why
we don't know.
We still don't know. Yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, man, obviously.
But Rex is just like he's just annoying. He's meant to be the annoying character. Like he's like a really annoying jerk version of like Sokka or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so hopefully he dies. Not just kidding. But yeah, obviously this being the third episode, we're obviously keeping it.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's an hour long, it doesn't feel like it when we're watching.
It honestly doesn't. No, like you watch one episode and it just goes by.
Yeah, it does a really good job.
Yeah, like if it's 45 minutes.
The comedic moments too are funny, man.
Yeah. Oh, they're hilarious. I love this show. So.
Oh, but don't forget their title drop though.
Oh, man.
We didn't talk about it in the last episode, but like the last episode, it gave you a little bit of a scare though, right?
Yeah, man. It's just because you expect the title drop to pop in like in a certain time. Not this show. This show, like whenever they say the name Invincible, that's when you know it's gonna.
I guess
drop.
they're not. Boom.
Yeah.
Literally just the title just comes in randomly.
It's so creative.
Like because
scene.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Exactly. Because the second episode scared me, but the third episode I was like, oh, okay, I like how you did that. I like how you title dropped that. So that's like a little fun thing I like to look out for.
Yeah. When are they gonna drop that title?
Yeah. Just be wary when he says the name. And with that, we move on to our next anime, High Rise Invasion, episode 8.
This one, again, it's just adding like more bits and pieces to the whole to the whole formula. I was half expecting there to be like a hostage, like
Situation.
rescue, like hostage rescue situation. That didn't really end up happening. Like it was just mostly Yuri just going on like, not really like a one-sided rampage. Really, it was just mostly like her ignoring everything. But then I think like a couple minutes later, she just comes back to her senses. It's like, okay,
Yeah, this anime is like, there's a lot going on in it, but it's like, it's not really explained. It just like there's just a lot happening all at once, and like I feel like they're kind of trying to like rush through it a little bit. Like even that scene with Yuri, where like going on, you know, she's one-track minded, focused, she like, blocks out the world and stuff like that. Like that only lasts like a minute.
I was expecting like
back.
I was expecting that whole thing to last like a good majority of the episode, but
like half the episode, where like half the episode's dedicated to them trying like to get her attention, and maybe they could have been like, even if like they touched her, she was just like, wouldn't even acknowledge that they were there and stuff like that, or maybe even attack them. Like I feel like that would be interesting.
Exactly. But well, she forgot about her Oni-chan, and you know, she's back to the group, which finally the three girls are together.
Like the actual three. The main trio of like of what the anime was like hinting at for the longest time is finally
8 episodes.
here.
It took eight episodes, but they're finally together. Which is crazy. And we get introduced to a new god candidate. I forget his name.
Aizawa,
yes.
Yeah, he's a bit crazy.
Yes, and his power is crazy.
He's super powerful too, man. He can control 30 masks.
Yeah, real badass.
That's crazy.
And like his whole theory with like, I want to be a god, like go to the big tower.
I want to make sure that the weak grovels to the strong, you know, big chaos energy, you know. It's like, oh.
But then we find out that the helicopter's like the most important thing there is that helicopter.
Yeah. Which ends up being
like, it doesn't matter how many masks you acquire, how like much of a god candidate you are, if you don't, you don't
get to the
helicopter.
helicopter.
Get to the side of that helicopter, you're not gonna make it out
loser.
of here.
Yeah, you're a loser and you're stuck there forever.
Adios, amigos.
Oh my god.
That was cringe.
Yeah, but basically this was pretty self-explanatory. Like, it felt rushed in the beginning, and we got introduced to a new character with only like 5 episodes left, I think.
Yeah, that's we're getting close.
I don't know how it's gonna end, honestly.
We'll see. I'm hoping for more more development going on with Yuri. Now that we assembled the trio and everything, now hopefully we'll get more stuff done.
Yeah.
And with that, we move on to our final anime of our podcast, Dragon Quest Dai, episode 28.
Yep.
And it's more backstory.
More backstory for Baran.
Yes.
We find out heavily because, of course, now that Hyunkel's on the ground, he's like, finish me off.
Yeah, I'm about to die. And
well, no, I need to explain to you exactly why Baran hates humanity.
I like that too. When he was done with it, he was like, I feel much better now.
Yeah, I got my energy.
I got my energy.
Let's fight again.
It's biding time. Yeah, it was biding time, and
and
again, it was a good chunk of time too, because this one, like half the episode was pretty much dedicated to Baran's backstory and how, even though Baran was around, which actually was a good point that they brought up, even though like Baran was around when Avan and his crew were going down, taking out Hadler and everything, but he was dealing with something even greater than Hadler, and it was something that pretty much made Hadler like a speck in the dust. Like, oh, I don't have to deal with you because I have this huge dragon to deal with.
Yeah, which was a major threat to humanity itself. So I had to deal with this while Avan just took the spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, and I kind of feel bad for him too, because it's like nobody knew of Baran's accomplishments because like he was a Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
Just technically, question mark didn't make him a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I don't know. We don't like those kind of people.
Yeah, we don't like Dragon Knights.
Yeah.
What? Come on.
They're not human.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like what, the third species? You got monsters and humans and Dragon Knight.
Yeah,
Gross.
I don't like those people.
Yeah, missing link.
But now we get to see Dino's mom.
Yeah. So was it?
Sola?
Soala.
And,
Yeah.
adorable character.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, they were hinting at it for a good few years. Oh, not few years, few episodes.
Whoa.
I mean, technically you're right.
We've been following this anime for a while. Like a few episodes of of Dai's family. Dino's backstory before and everything. And yeah, it was.
And that's when we find out that how he makes it to the island. Actually,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
He was. They were all captured by because it turns out Soala was a princess of the Alkid kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That coincidentally no longer exists now.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, dude.
Man, he nuked the place.
Yeah, like,
because
none of these human like me.
turns out Baran was set up to be executed, but Soala comes in to save her husband,
Yes.
but sacrifices her own life to do so, and Baran did not take that too kindly at all.
No, he cried his ass out like me.
Yeah.
Yep, and blew up the whole kingdom.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the kingdom themselves were trying to abandon Dino into in some other place, but it got shipwrecked, and that's how we got episode 1.
Yeah. Another Monster Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then we come back to Hyunkyo and their fight with the demon guy, and Hyunkyo had. We all knew he had a trump card.
Obviously.
Yeah, which is beautiful to see with the necklace, the
Grand Cross.
Yeah, man, comes into play and just does that beautiful cross symbol.
Yeah.
And but no, that doesn't end. It doesn't end.
Well,
Obviously.
prior to that too, the princess and what the princess was saying to Dai too.
Oh,
We even
Leon.
got a kiss. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa!
Hey, man.
Dai gets one right away,
Yeah.
man. And you don't know it. Pop, where's yours, bro?
Oh man,
Nah.
Pop's getting
Damn.
something's happening to Pop. Like him, like again, his own namesake.
Yes, when this episode kind of ends, he's gonna get his head pop and we like to say, is Pop gonna die?
Yes. Oh my god, man. I don't know, man. Pop gonna die. Oh. We'll see.
We will
Poor
see.
Hyunkyo,
Yeah.
struggling right there, man. He just took down 2 people. He took him down, but apparently that hole is not enough to kill the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for Gal Dandy to come back, the bird guy to come back.
Nah, I think he's dead.
No, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah, swings are
Think
off.
so?
Yeah.
All right.
Unless Pop didn't do well, I guess.
Damn.
we
And,
will never know.
and with that, wraps up our anime news, and we'd like to move forward to the.
Anime news.
Anime.
I mean, the animes, and move on to the anime news. I'm sorry.
we wrap up our anime and we move on to game news because there is no anime
What
news.
type? Only one, I guess.
Only one.
The Resident Evil.
Yeah.
The Resident Evil Infinite Darkness trailer, the second one, was dropped this week, and gives more info on what's going on in that series to come on Netflix. And
We learn about the news, the series director, composer, all that good stuff, as well as a
And this will be premiered in July.
July.
and
That's cool.
on Netflix.
That's interesting. Maybe we'll watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're planning on putting that on the
This
list.
is my another anticipated one because this takes place after four.
Resi 4, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years after. So this is interesting. So we get to see what the aftermath of what happened.
So this is basically bridging the gap between Resident Evil 4 and 6, right? In a way, because Leon wasn't in 5, right?
No.
No.
That was with Chris.
That was with Chris. Yeah.
And his punching boulders.
No, but I'm excited. I'm like, this is their first what do you call it? Their first series.
Yeah,
They
'cause-
always did films.
They did, yeah.
And
It,
this
it
is
looks cool, like with the CG animation stuff like that. Like it looks like a video game, which
Is
is
it? Are they
it's
using
interesting.
they're not using Matt Mercer. They're using the guy from the second game. the remake.
The remake.
The new guy.
Oh yeah.
So they're using him.
Okay.
His voice.
His
now,
voice.
no, okay, and with the series itself, with the CG itself, are they using like are they repurposing like the RE engine for it, or?
No.
'Cause that was a good engine. Like, that is
No,
a
but-
good engine.
Yeah, but this one looks a little bit more cleaner from
okay.
how I saw the trailer. It looked
Yeah.
pretty good.
My question is, how long do you think it's gonna be?
The series,
Like, will it be like 6 episodes, 5?
7. Because it's a weird number, and
Oh,
Netflix
no.
always loves doing this kind
Oh
of stuff.
no, is it gonna be released all at the same time again? Being
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, oh,
but
most-
hopefully,
most likely.
yeah, that's why. But good thing that it's literally gonna all of it is gonna appear.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna do the same thing how we did for High Rise Invasion. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
we're gonna do an episode each week and stuff.
But yeah, we're in Squad. We're all looking forward to it.
Yeah.
See how it turns out to be. So look forward to it in July.
How did you enjoy the trailer,
Me?
Josh?
Oh.
Oh, you too.
I thought it was pretty cool. They did the big reveal on Leon, and they showed off the animation. I was intrigued by it because they called it like a new anime series, and I'm like, this doesn't really look like anime, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Like it looks, like I said, it looks like a video game, and it looks like video game cutscenes. But I'm interested in seeing it. I think it'll be really cool watch.
Omar?
No, I'm in the same boat with Josh. Like, it reminds me like of the movies we've been seeing. What was the last one called?
Outbreak.
Vendetta.
Yeah.
Oh, Vendetta. Yeah.
Oh, that was great. That was a great time to watch.
It was fun. I enjoyed the whole combat between
the gun fu.
The gun fu, yes.
Oh man, it was good. Yeah.
the rolls and everything.
No, it was great. I don't care what you say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. See Leon again.
Same here.
No.
And Claire. Don't forget about Claire.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And with that, we move on to the next. Now gaming news.
Now we move on to our legit gaming news, and we move on to talking about Cris Tales.
Yes, update. Basically.
Yeah, it's an update
Update.
basically, because this game, as well with like everything else in 2020, was like delayed. And hopefully this will be the last time we get a delay for this, because this game is finally being launched in July 20th
Yes.
of this year.
Hopefully.
$40.
Yeah, I mean, it makes
Wow,
sense.
weird price tag.
It is a very weird price tag, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think it's a little bit more expensive than I thought it was gonna be. I was expecting like a $30
I thought it
price
was
tag.
60.
Usually, like indie games are like $20 to $30.
20 to 30.
at
Yeah,
most.
I was expecting 30.
How much is what do you call it? Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight, I think it was like
15.
15.
Yeah, I think it was
Okay.
cheap when it first
Yeah.
came out. I remember
Was it
that.
No, but well, with this one, I could see
There's-
why the price is because
Yeah.
of the drawn animation
Yeah,
from the.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Invincible. Well,
It looks
Indivisible.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Indivisible.
Yeah, Indivisible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that trailer and they really put a lot of effort in the backgrounds and everything. The environment itself changes because this is a time traveling ish game.
it's done like it's a hand drawn like perspective. It's a hand drawn game, similar to that of like Indivisible and stuff. But the biggest kicker is that it also takes elements from like Chrono Trigger, which there's a past, present, and future.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger, a Final Fantasy IV, Valkyria Profile, and Bravely Default.
Oh
and
yeah, all those.
Persona 5.
Oh, okay.
Persona
Yeah,
5.
all those.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Like they're emulating a lot of good games there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our update because we have covered this game before and
Yeah.
how we felt about it. So we wanted to inform you guys that it is coming.
We've covered this extensively when that extensive trailer came out.
Mhm.
So, yeah, this one's is basically we're just giving you guys the fact that it's coming out in July.
Yes.
There's a legit date now.
And with that, we move on to the next gaming news. Exciting news! I was like, I did not expect this.
None of us did. I don't think any of us would.
I
have
think
expected
I think me, Rabbi, and Omar. Josh Harley has like anything with this game.
I don't have any history with this game. I was born the year it came out. So,
okay,
like,
so
I never grew up with this.
So basically, there was this thing back in the days called arcades.
Yeah.
It was a rail shooter.
Every small time pizza place had these.
Every movie theater,
everything had these, and one of the cabinets that these places had the most of typically is either Street Fighter or, if we were talking light gun games, House of the Dead.
Yes, House of the Dead is such a fun game. Like, especially like this one and Time Crisis, I imagine.
Oh yeah, Time Crisis also.
Those were like the heavy like railgun shooters. Like you spend buckets of quarters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's so much fun, and it really was like out of left field. Like there was no mention of this game at all. Like I think the last House of the Dead game was that typewriting game.
Oh my! You mean Typing of the Dead?
Yeah, typing.
I have heard of that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was literally like a House of the Dead 2 like mod or something like that, but it was official and everything. Where they had they had Dreamcast like tied to their backs, and they had like a keyboard and stuff.
Yeah, so
I remember when those games were like a thing. I remember in school like having all those typing games and stuff.
Yeah.
They do help though.
Yeah,
they did help.
They do help.
I
never learned how to properly type. Maybe if I played those games, I would have.
You become an expert.
I remember playing the Mr. T one back in elementary school. But anyway.
But yeah, this game is pretty much keeping its original gameplay and everything.
Yeah.
There's nothing changed.
Nah, it's gonna be on the.
They even got the voice acting down too.
Yeah, cringy,
but amazing at the same time because of how bad it is.
Yes, and that's what we love. And it's gonna. From what we know, it's on the Switch.
Yeah, it's only the Switch.
It's only
right
the
now.
Switch.
I'm pretty sure you can aim with the Joy-Cons and stuff.
I think to make this more.
I'm sure they'll offer controller support too, but because most people are not gonna want to aim with the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, to make this more authentic, I think you should definitely get like a bunch of pizza, get that feel for it,
Get
and
the
then also
plastic gun or what?
Yeah, get like a Joy-Con like gun like.
Get like a Wii Zapper, but with like a Joy-Cons in them.
Yeah. Oh, Nintendo's on that.
Oh yeah, definitely. If not, at least Sega is.
Oh, most definitely. But yeah, very exciting news. Old franchise like we did last week coming back to life. But I'm more excited for this one.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then we now move on to our last piece of gaming news. KOF 15 announced its new character trailer. Again, we always talk about KOF 15 whenever we can.
We didn't talk about last week's.
We did not.
We apologize for that, but
it's funny because two weeks ago you guys also you guys predicted the character and you guys were right about it.
It was Mai Shiranui, which is weird because we thought that Mai was first talked about in the actual legit King of Fighters trailer.
Yeah, like she shows up and everything does her super. So
yeah.
No, I don't mean Mai. I meant the other character.
Oh, you meant Shermie.
Yeah, Shermie. You guys guessed it.
Okay. I said this because it was a weird decision that they announced Yashiro, who was originally part of the New Face team back in '97, back in King of Fighters '97, and in his team there were Shermie, Cris, and Yashiro. And first they announced Yashiro, and I'm like, all right, it's just gonna be a matter of time before they get Cris and Shermie here.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, this week we had a trailer for Shermie.
Yes.
Woo! So the New Face team is almost complete. We're just missing one more character.
We're missing Cris.
You're excited for Cris, right?
No. I want to talk about Shermie.
Okay, we'll talk about Shermie.
I don't know.
Josh, what do you think about Shermie?
I remember actually, my friend's really into fighting games, like crazy into fighting games. Robbie knows him, Micah. He's really into fighting games. So I was talking to him, and he showed me the trailer for this. Yeah. And I don't know anything about King of Fighters because the only fighting game I played was Smash Brothers. But I want to get more into fighting games, but it's just the learning curve is crazy. I thought she was pretty cool. I the first thing I noticed right away was like her bangs, and I was just like, whoa, she can't see.
How is she grabbing all these people, right?
Like, how is she doing all these crazy flips and
These
stuff?
moves are wild.
German suplexes like crazy. But yeah, man, she's a very fun character. Just her new design's great.
Yeah.
I like to say.
With the jacket and everything.
Yeah.
I saw her old design. It keeps kind of
Evolving.
Yeah, it kind of keeps like the same feel to it, but it's a little different.
More
Like
sexier.
I think the cool thing about her design is that like it keeps to her whole like French designer motif that like she had, because her occupation is originally like a fashion designer. So coming up with like new outfit designs, it makes sense that she'd do something like that. Again, it's not to the same extent as Athena, because Athena is a literal like pop idol, and she appears in like in every KOF game, so she gets a new outfit. Even the original like sprite based games. And unfortunately, Shermie, she hasn't really been in a game in forever. But yeah, what were you saying?
That's
Omar?
true, because I know with Athena, there's a super where they kind of show all the.
Oh, in 13,
Yeah,
in
they show-
KOF 13, yeah, her level 3 was like she transforms into like all her different like outfits and stuff. And,
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see that again if she gets revealed.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for too. And like again, like the fact that Shermie's here is just gonna be a matter of time until Cris is here.
Yeah.
And I'm also hoping that their alternate versions also show up as well.
The Orochi mode?
The Orochi counterparts, yeah, because the Orochi counterparts, it's not just a recolor, like it's not just dark skinned Shermie with like purple hair.
Yeah.
They also get like actual movesets, and I think I mentioned this before with Yashiro, but the New Face team are basically like the quote unquote evil counterparts of the original Japan hero team. So Cris is the counterpart of Kyo, Yashiro is the counterpart of Daimon, and Shermie, as over here, is actually a counterpart of Benimaru.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that Shermie and Yashiro would have been flipped.
No. Shermie is actually, well, especially when you bring up the Orochi counterpart, and also their elementals are also representative of that too, because Chris's Orochi counterpart uses fire.
I'm so confused.
Yashiro uses earth, and
I'm lost.
Yashiro uses earth, and Shermie uses lightning. But again, you don't see that here, because here she's a grappler.
Yeah, she's a grappler.
Yeah, she's a grappler here. So
Man,
again,
you guys in your fighting game knowledge.
Yeah.
I want to learn though. I'll be smarter.
King of Fighters,
hopefully soon.
King of Fighters has a lot of history to kind of like learn up of, and also yes, a lot of characters.
Yes.
And again, because of the fact that this is the second polygonal King of Fighters game, I'm hoping that we also get a large cast, because that's what King of Fighters is known for, especially with its 3-on-3 gameplay. So again, just a matter of time until Cris shows up.
Yeah, no, we're all expecting Cris at this point, and I'm just expecting like my boy Ralph, Clark, you know.
Oh,
the staples.
Ikari Warriors,
Yeah.
they're gonna show up.
Yeah,
I mean, Leona's already in the game, so
Yeah.
they already showed her off. So
True.
just a matter of time before they show up.
They're gonna throw you a curveball.
A new character?
Huh?
Oh, I love the character. We'll see.
I want a new Samurai Showdown character, because apparently we already had Nakaruru.
Yeah, she was in
14.
She was in the 14 one. Yeah.
So maybe Haomaru, maybe that'd be cool.
Oh, bring him back.
Yeah, well, he was never in a.
He was in Capcom vs. SNK.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So hey, bring Haomaru here.
But he's too busy being Soul Calibur.
We'll see.
And with that wraps up our news.
That wraps up, and that also wraps up this week's anime podcast. Be sure to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you guys like our stuff, and share if you think we're super cool.
Yes.
And like always, my name is Robbie,
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And this is Josh.
and we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.